Parliamentary debate in St. Kitts and Nevis has taken a markedly different tone, with members of the public complimenting the reduced disagreements between opposing members of Parliament, constructive debates and the efficient functioning of House sit-ins. That's according to Attorney General Garth Wilkin. He was sharing his insight into the current dynamic within the Parliament on Wednesday's edition of the radio and television program In Focus.
What was said by the member for number 11, Sir Jeffords, he said, we are opposition, but if we see legislation coming to Parliament being brought by the government, and we believe it's good legislation, what is the point of opposing? So it isn't that we are sending this legislation to the opposition and saying, we want you to support. We are bringing the legislation, and because it's good legislation that benefits all of their constituents, then you can take the politics out of it for a little bit, and you could give your views like they did with the good governance. There were some different views. The NIA was slightly different because they were directly involved. But if you consider the cannabis related and the Rastafari related legislation, they just supported it. I mean, I've made public statements in Parliament very early on that our style of Parliament is going to be very different to the styles of Parliament in the past. Because at the end of the day, think about it from our perspective. If we are creating laws from the Attorney General's office, we want to create laws that should be accepted by most of the population. They represent a large part of the population. So you hope, and it feels good from our office perspective, to have the opposition support. You know what that means? That means we're doing a good job. That's what it means. So I don't necessarily see it as an issue. I mean, there's a slightly different dynamic because the opposition happens to be made up of members of the NIA. But at the end of the day, what they have said is, we will oppose when the opposition is needed, and we will support bills when they're good bills. And I can say we've brought some very good bills.
A.G. Wilkins said that the draft bills from the Attorney General's chambers are designed to benefit the population of St. Kitts and Nevis and are buttressed by the Constitution. While everyone may not agree, the will of the people, who are represented by various MPs, must be considered, he noted. I'm Andre Huey for SKN News 9.